All right, so on this episode, we're gonna get this thing running and we're gonna make a hell of a mess doing it. Stay tuned to see what happens. Well, it's built. I didn't film anything. I got in the zone. I just started building. Made a nice guard for the back so you won't hit yourself. And then off of that, I made removable switch panel, complete with gauges and tack. Now, why so many gauges, you ask? First off, all of them down is off, up is on, like they're supposed to be. Some of these, most of them are extra. Really all I need is this one and this one. This one is power to the distributor. This one is the starter. I should have that on a button, but I don't. I just gotta, once it starts, turn it off. This one is in case I want a fuel pump in there, but right now that runs power to the tack because I forgot to put power to the tack and hooking it up back here. And as you can see, it's all complicated crap that I was too lazy to take apart again just for one wire. So I hooked up to that for now. And then each of these are the backlights right now, which I could have put those all on one switch, or like I don't really even need them, but I had these switches in here, so figured I'd use them. Ground strap positive to the starter, and then we have our power all to this with my awesome high-tech distribution block, which probably try to do something better than that later on. Got the ground to the negative, and then technically all this in theory should be all grounded together, although maybe I should run a ground strap from the block to this. I don't know. That shouldn't really need it. And then we've gotta make sure these don't get caught up in the flywheel. And then we got our starter power. I just gotta hook up. And then of course I put nice long wiring, so when I take this off and try to hook it up to the crew cab, I can hook up the distributor and the tack without having to have this set right on the engine. I can have it like set on the fender or something. And then the gauges, I'm not going to hook up water to this one because obviously it doesn't need it. But the oil, I gotta hook that up before I fire this up so it doesn't spray the oil there. But I just gotta run the little hose from there to there. And then this needs some oil in it. And I need to put an oil or a fuel filter on it because I don't have one. I like to get one of those clear ones and run it through here. What is that? Oh, okay. Just gonna put that up there with a fuel filter in it, and then she's pretty much ready to go. Like, she's got all the power now, and she just needs fuel and oil. and she'll be good to go. She's pretty much ready. I got fuel line that goes low enough that it can go right to the bottom of a jerry can. Got the dangerous glass fuel filter so I can see fuel going through. Everything's wired up, starter's wired up. And it's hard to see because it's daylight, but my switches have power. But the one to the starter for some reason does nothing. I have tested it with a travel or test light, and when I switch it on, there's power at the wire. And when I do this, she turn over. But why that switch does not give power, I do not know. I have my test light grounded to it, and no power. But I flip my starter switch on. I have power. Oh, that's just bad ground. I have power. So I don't know why that's not working, but that's just a little issue that whatever. I can still start it. I just gotta use a screwdriver down here, I guess. So first thing we gotta do to get this thing running is to plug it in, because as you can see, it's electric. It's a hybrid engine. So we're gonna plug it in and then we're gonna give it some power. All plugged in, so now the electrical part of the engine is fired up, but because it's a hybrid, we still need to put gas in it, so now we're gonna do that part to get it running. Okay, so good news is it runs. Bad news is I forgot to hook up the oil pressure. So as soon as it started, it spewed oil just everywhere. Oops. Oh. While it runs. So yeah, it got like all the way up in there. All the way up over these trough here, all up. I'm trying to clean it up. I don't even have any floor dryer or anything. I just got a few rags. Really good oil pressure though. And then I will hook that up. See, it's even sitting here, like in the way, so I wouldn't forget, and I forgot. Another good thing is this is full of fuel, so that means the fuel pump works. That's good. And timing seems to be set decently, at least enough for it to run. Yeah. Guess we'll try it again. So it's been a while since this thing ran. It's been a few weeks now since the last part of this video. But as you can see, I got the Holly on there. I just got to figure out fuel line, because I mean, I guess that could work. But Yeah, this one goes to the other side. Yeah, I figured I'd fire this up tonight because I got swapped batteries in my vehicles around and it's sitting here right now anyways. I unplugged the starter wire and I think I'm just going to try starting it on there, see if that's the problem. And if that is, it's either this switch doesn't have enough ability, which it should, or I mentioned before that I may need a ground from here to here, and I'm too lazy to make that right now. So I'm just going to do it this way. And if this works, then later on I'll do that, because I have many more engines to do. I have that one. If you recognize that one, that's out of the crew cab. Yeah, crew cab's all torn apart again. There's a whole lot going on with that. I'll probably explain in the next video. Alright, carb does work. May need a little bit of tuning. But it keeps leaking fuel everywhere. That carb actually has a 5/16 inlet, and I'm using a 3/8 line, so it keeps leaking out of it. I don't know if you can see on the camera how I'm holding it. A little over here. And it sprayed some there on first fire up. So, but it does work. So, yeah, my tack doesn't work either. And, the starter wire, just as you saw, I had to do it with a screwdriver again. But, yeah, that carb works. So engine runs. So now I'll probably take it all apart, put it on a stand, and then, put that one on for a future video.